If there's one photographer who revolutionised fashion photography with innovative style and distinctive flair, capturing some of the most iconic images of the 20th century, it's this man, Norman Parkinson. Born Ronald William Parkinson Smith on April the 21st, 1913 in London, England, he was a towering figure in fashion photography. Growing up in an era brimming with change, he found his niche in capturing the dynamic spirit of fashion, etching his name in photographic history. After leaving Westminster School, he took up an apprenticeship with the famed photographer Spate and Sons. The apprenticeship laid the foundation for his unique vision and technical prowess. His career, I suppose, formally began when he opened up his own studio. That was in 1934. And he initially worked on portraiture and advertising. But, it wasn't long before his innovative approach started to turn a few heads. In the fashion industry, fashion photography was often staid and rigid, emphasizing static studio settings. Parkinson, though, revolutionized the field by introducing a sense of movement and spontaneity. He often took his models outdoors, utilizing natural light and dynamic environments to create a narrative. 1935 saw Parkinson's work begin to gain attention, and he started contributing to Harper's Bazaar. In 1941, Parkinson joined Vogue, where he rapidly became a leading photographer. By the 1950s, Parkinson's fame surged, and he worked with major fashion houses and celebrities. The 1960s saw him embrace the decade spirit and inject even more fluidity and vibrancy to his work. The 70s and 80s saw Parkinson's ability to stay relevant evident. He seamlessly merged traditional glamour with contemporary styles. What made Parkinson's images revolutionary was his ability to blend elegance with a touch of the unexpected. You see, that was his genius. It lay in his innovative vision and unwavering commitment to pushing boundaries of conventional fashion photography. His legacy endures, a testament to a man who saw the world not just as it is, but as it could be through the lens of his camera. For me, there is one Parkinson image that stands out. It inspires me as much today as when I first saw it. And that is Young Velvet's Young Prices hat fashions. Set against the breathtaking skyline of Manhattan, this photograph brilliantly encapsulates the essence of post-war fashion exuberance. Parkinson's choice of a rooftop location is more than just a backdrop. It's a statement. And the use of colour here is quite extraordinary. Shame really, as Vogue used the image in black and white. Parkinson creates a near monochrome backdrop as the concrete blue-greys of New York become almost two-dimensional. The linear perspective pushing the distant buildings together in a winter haze. Imagine, if you would, that backdrop being a pull-down screen. It's easy to imagine, isn't it? And this flatness in turn brings the subjects to life. Their colour, their vibrancy, their movement, it is all amplified by that static background. And the use of colour is not lost on the models. Parkinson has them in black coats and white gloves, keeping that monochromatic feel to the bottom of the image and forcing your eye to their faces. You see, it's where he wants you to look. The whisperings, the conversation. He wants us to be asking questions too. What are they whispering about? Is this light-hearted banter or something darker? And notice we have a group of 3 and a single model, always odd numbers. 4 in that group would simply not have worked in this image. The woman on the right is outside the group, isn't she? Is she senior? That hat she's wearing would certainly indicate so. its feather rising high above the other more plain hats, her buttons showing, her jewellery on display. But look again, they're all identical in another way except one, and it's not the woman on the right. No, on the left, look, we have the woman in the red hat. It's out of place, it's not right, it's different. Is she trying to get into that group? She's looking directly over to the woman on the right. Is she trying to take her place? The two on the left face the woman on the right, sort of confrontational really. But in the middle, with the two buttons on a simple beret, this model is almost holding them back. She's got a shielding arm out. Is it to stop them advancing or to protect them? The posture of the woman on the right exudes sophistication, a reflection maybe of the era's burgeoning sense of freedom and newfound optimism. The whispering group signifying a business to get going, a post-war excitement of what is to come. Parkinson's mastery lies in his impeccable compositions. The alignment of the models draws the viewer's eye effortlessly from one figure to the next, creating a harmonious balance within the frame. The subtle interplay of light and shadows is quite extraordinary. This is an example of a photograph at its very best, an image which poses more questions than it does answers. So what exactly could we learn from Parkinson? Well, here are 3 takeaways that I think would be really good lessons. First of all, he used natural light a lot, so give it a go. It really is ideal for portraiture. It's like a massive softbox and it's completely free. Another good takeaway was the way that Norman Parkinson sort of blended the expected with the unexpected. Go on, give it a go. Do something unusual with your pictures. And thirdly, another great tip that we can get from Parkinson is to be yourself, be individual. He didn't do what everybody else was doing. No, he went his own way. He trod his own path, and then people followed him. Please consider joining the debate. Tell me what you think about Parkinson and his images in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this look at Norman Parkinson's photography, then perhaps you'll enjoy this in-depth look at master photographer Bill Brandt's work. Click on this link here.